in Christ, your girl Queenie here, and happy blessed Thursday! So today is a wonderful, special day. Do you know what it is, my friends? Do you know what it is? Today is the solemn feast day of Our Lady of the Rosary, and I'm so excited because today is Marian consecration day for myself and the prayer group that our Lord has led me to take on as a new journey, and really excited. Today is a day where we're all just consecrate ourselves to our Blessed Mother Mary, and I'm really excited for what's to come. And I know for sure October is one of my favorite months of the year because it's not my birthday month, although it's one of my favorite months of the year because it's a Marian feast day. You know, Marian feast days in October and also in May and then December. You know, I always put that first above my own birthday month. So yeah, it brings me such joy, and I can't wait. I can't wait for what's in store. Despite of what chaos may be surrounding us, I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to be bold, confident in our Lord to give us the strength to persevere in anything and everything, and to not be afraid. We shouldn't chicken out when we feel like we're being closed in, but rather we should be feeling more bold and confident, even more so when the enemy looks like he's winning, but really he's not. He's the last person to ever win, and he will never win. So my friends, don't ever feel discouraged or doubtful about what you're going through in your life or what struggles or trials and tribulations you're going through. Don't let anything bother you. Don't let anything get to you, because that is how our journey is. When it comes to following the will of God, persecution is part of the package, my friends. We should not be afraid to face the enemy himself, right? Because we have the best weapon, which is our Blessed Mother Mary. You have the power in the name of Jesus Christ. We got God. What's there to chicken out about? What's there to become fearful about, right? Just be bold. Stand up to the truth. Stand up to the truth. Wake up to the truth. And know for sure how our Lord is leading you, right? Don't keep on pursuing yourself in an illusion, in a fantasy world that you think it's like, you know, your world. But no, it's not, you know? Just follow where the Lord leads you and abide by him, and just see how he will help you every way possible. See how God is in full control. God can see everything. Nothing is left unseen in the eyes of God. Always remember that. So that's why when you feel like everything's impossible, God will make it possible if he wills it. Always remember that. Never feel like, you know, God abandoned you. No. God lets you face these battles and these challenges so that you will become more purified. You'll be able to work on those areas that God's calling you to work on, right? And it does take humility to accept what those areas are. And it does take humility to recognize what those areas are, which is cringy at first. But then when you become better at it, you look back and you're like, wow, right? So that's why the goal here and the objective here is to what? Transform your weaknesses into your strength. But then you won't be able to do that unless you won't recognize what those weaknesses are, right? And allow yourself to be nourished and nurtured with the right environment, surrounding yourself with the right people that will help you build your relationship closer to God, right? You don't want to be surrounded by people that will just take you away from our Lord, to take you and distract you, just to keep you busy, but then you're supposed to be focusing on your relationship with Christ, right? That's very important that we keep ourselves accountable for that. So that is why when you're involved in ministry work, especially for those that are watching this, you're involved in ministry work, allocate time wisely. Use your time management skills to allocate your time for Jesus Christ alone, and then ministry work when you're running around like a mouse, right? Like, I know ministry work is very busy and be very, you know, tiring at times, but you gotta balance it. There needs to be that balance. Otherwise, you're gonna become burned out. So therefore, how will you be able to run the ministry unless you spend time with Christ? You need to spend time with Christ to have the energy and the boldness to do what it takes to do the ministry, right? If you keep on focusing on ministry work without spending time alone, solitude time with Christ, then you're done. You are completely done. You're not going to have enough energy. You're going to feel tired and then kaput. So that is why keep that balance in your life, right? It's beautiful to be involved in ministry work, but you need to allocate your time to be alone with Christ, away from everybody else. At that mini retreat, all right? We all need it. we all need it. How can we do ministry work without spending time with Christ, right? We need Christ to be in our hearts to do what it takes for us to do. We need to hear Christ to know what we need to do for God's goal and God's kingdom, right? It's very, very important. Otherwise, you're going to become burned out and you're going to give up easily. So I just want to share that because I know some of you watching this are involved in ministry work, and definitely for sure it can be very stressful at times, but you won't feel stressed when you're united with God, and you won't feel stressed when you're united with the Blessed Mother Mary and Jesus Christ. So you're good, and you just allocate and manage your time wisely, very wisely. So you will be okay. Plan everything ahead of schedule. Don't plan everything last minute so that you won't be cramming and your ideas won't flow. And yeah, so there you have it on this wonderful feast day. I love our Blessed Mother Mary so much. It just brings me great joy, and I just can't not share that energy. Normally when it comes to leading faith studies, that's another thing too. I just want to keep on sharing that to everybody who I encounter in my life. Yes, people will be like, ew, no, that's too much for me, never mind, I'll pass. Yeah, obviously, I'm going to come across with that. I've already have come across with people like that, so it's fine. You know, I mean, not everyone's going to like this kind of personality, and that's totally chill with me. Because we're not here to impress the world. We're not here to become popular. No, that's not our goal, my friends. Our goal here is to gather scattered souls and end of discussion. You know, people don't want to hear you or listen to you, shake up the dust of your feet, and walk away. Just as what Jesus said. And that's all it is. We don't need to force them to believe God. We cannot force people to love God. That's literally how it is. All we can do is pray for them, help them, try our best. And if they're still stubborn, leave alone. That's it. You cannot force people. The least thing we can do is do our mission to bring them back and to show them through us how it's done. That is how you really bring people closer to Christ, is by showing an example, being that inspiration, being that full encouragement in your actions, how you speak, how you are, how you lead, how bold you are, how confident you are in your faith, and not being afraid to talk about your faith, right? That's very important. Like, honestly, when it comes to believing your faith, it is that calling to be vocal in your faith as well. Right? Like, yeah, I know some of you watching this may be introverted, but learn how to get out of that shell little by little with our Lord Jesus Christ and Blessed Mother Mary. And over time, you will see that beautiful transformation, and let everything be done in God's time, in God's will, and trust yourself in God's hands. Which leads to the song that God led to today. We just call it Innocence, and I like the song actually. It's basically keeping that innocence in this world, right? And in this corrupted world, of course, it's going to be hard, but it is our calling to keep everyone focused on Christ, following the principles and moralities of Christ, right? And definitely for sure, the jungle's out there. It's not an easy thing, but God can see how hard you're trying. God can see how you're doing it, and God can see how you're persevering and always trying your best. So therefore, we always got to try our best and let God handle the rest. So with that said, thank you so much for tuning into the video. May God bless you all. And as I always say in all my videos, don't be afraid to true words of Christ. Bye! Waking up and seeing everything is okay. The first time in my life, and now it's so great. Looking down, look around, I am so amazed. I think about the little things that make life great. I wouldn't change a thing about it. This is the best feeling. This is